Hello. So today I'm going to be showing off a project that I made for SquirrelHacks. Used to be named Hack ISU, but this past weekend I went to that and made this. It's called Frame by Frame. Basically, it's a simple animation program for making frame by frame animations, hence the name. Um, the UI for it isn't the best. The main idea of it was just to create a frame by frame animation program at its base. So I can show off some of the animations that I've made in this. So just walk through these. All of these were made in this animation program. And down here you'll see the view project directory. That's so you can get them as GIFs or GIFs and basically use them outside of this program. So to start off with the actual animation of itself, it's pretty bare bones. You have your canvas on the left, and then on the right you just have your list of controls. But you can draw over here, and then you can see M is next frame. So if I press M, you'll notice that that goes away, and it leaves behind the little onion skin. For those of you that don't know animation, that's basically to give you a frame of reference for your next drawing, because without it, I don't know where to draw the next frame. So I have the onion skin and I can draw the next ball, and then I can go to the next frame, draw the next one, and then if I press P to play, then it plays my animation. So that's pretty much the bare bones of this program, but it can do a little more than just that. So here I have the settings page. I have a bunch of different colors. So say I select blue. Now I'm drawing in blue. And then the other main feature is the layers. So say I want layer 2 and yellow because I want a yellow background and I don't want to get rid of my squiggle and my circle. Well, I can just draw with yellow underneath it because it's on a layer underneath layer 1, which is what my initial drawing's on. You can also change the pen size. So say I go up to 30, now I have a bigger pen size. And of course you can also go down to be 1 pixel. Down here we have the export button, but we'll save that till we finish off on this animation. So this frame kind of got destroyed, so I want to get rid of it. So I'll press the delete key. You'll watch up here, delete. Now we have 2 frames because we deleted the one. But I still want that frame from before, so I want to insert a new frame before the current frame with B. So I do that, and then let's select black again, and just double check. We'll make my circle right about here. And then we can play again, and we got our animation back. So let's go ahead and export it. It takes a second. It'll take longer depending on the length of your animation. But now that's exported, so we can actually go view it. If we go to view animations, here's the animation that we made. You can see the current project shown is just a randomly generated name, and you can go to view project directory and it'll show you that. But of course, I won't be showing that off now. So really the animation program is simple. There's not a lot of different tools for the pens, and um, one major flaw is that you can't save animations and then come back to edit them later. You can only edit them. But I believe that for just one weekend for a hackathon, that this is a pretty good base for creating an animation project. and I look forward to seeing where it goes. All right, so that's the main like demo part of this video. Now I'm going to kind of be doing a retrospective on how the hackathon went. Um, kind of what went well, what could have gone better, and what I might change next time. So, what went well? Well, I took the concept of creating an MVP. First, I wanted to make a drawing program. So I just made it so you could draw on one frame with different colors. And of course, also erase. Once I had that done, then I was like, all right, well, let's make it so you can draw on multiple frames. Switch back to a color. Okay, cool. I have that done. And now I want to make it so you can animate between them. And once I got that done, I was like, wow, I've pretty much made the animation program. Now I just need to tighten it up a little, add some more features like pen size, layers, and the onion skin. And of course, the export feature. So I think that went well because I had a clear idea of what I wanted to do and a clear idea of how to get there. And I think that when developing software, that's very important to do. So, what didn't go well? Well, I'm using a framework for this called Monogame. Let me just write that out. Now, Monogame basically handles the rendering of the textures themselves. Basically, I register when there's a click, and then I can tell it, hey, at this point, render a texture of this size. So, why did that not go well? Well, monogame is typically used for game development, and of course, it has its game loop that goes every time. And this game loop, for me, it doesn't run fast enough because when I drag the pen quick, you can see it missed all of these different frames. That's because the game loop is going slower than I'm dragging the pen. So I end up with this disastrous, I guess you could say, flaw of the program where you can't even quickly draw a single line. You have to go slow if you want to do it. What's another thing that monogame I had a problem with? Be able to see that with the onion skin. So notice how with the onion skin, certain parts of the previous frame are darker than the other. That's because I'm just setting the opacity of each texture. And with monogame, technically the textures are layered. So when each texture is layered on top of a previous texture, then it'll kind of dilute the opacity effect. Let me show you. So if I hold the mouse here for a second versus if I just click for right there, I'll go to the next frame. You can see there are many more textures in this one than this one. So it gets rid of the opacity effect. And that kind of makes the onion skin look a little funky. Those were my main two qualms with it. I also wish that I had a save feature to come back and edit later, but to do that, I had to save to either XML or binary, and I was trying to do that, but it was a little difficult with the way that I had things set up. Not everything was serializable. So I just decided to go with the export function. So what would I do differently next time? Honestly, I'm not sure I would do much differently next time. I might do a little more research beforehand on what frameworks I could use for rendering, because monogame might not have been the best. But I think the way that I attacked the problem was pretty solid for what it was. I might, excuse me, I might put a little more emphasis um, on different paintbrush tools. So make it seem like this screen is a little more filled out. Um, of course, I do plan on continuing this project because I personally think that it's super cool. And I think that a lot of the animation programs that are out there right now are really difficult to get into and really, what's the word? Uh, they're just difficult to get into. And something simple like what I would be making, I think it's a great benefit to the industry. And of course, creating animations, it's a very great way of expressing ideas. Um, all right, so that pretty much wraps up what I have to say about this. If you have any questions about it, feel free to leave a comment or reach out to me somewhere, and I'll be happy to answer them. The code for this is on my GitHub, so I'll be putting that into the description and in the wherever I post this video. So, yeah, thank you for listening, and have a great day.